Okay, video too. But you would be dealing with just literally dirt. So it's not a big area, and again, it's not a huge cost savings. You might consider just sodding it so it looks perfect, and if you seed it, it's going to grow weeds all summer, and then essentially you're going to have to seed it and top dress with a compost in the fall and deal with re-raking it because you might get some erosion, obviously, whatever you put on this hillside. So that's that. Okay. Let's go over here. Basketball hoop would be over here. Leave this area lawn. Last design I had plants in here, but if you're gonna leave the hemlock, just leave this area lawn. Keep it simple, and then just have keep this area lawn in there and relocate the basketball hoop. I'm not exactly sure what's entailed with that because it's set in a concrete footing, so we really got to think about that and what the price would be to move that. It's a little bit unpredictable. But we're gonna circle back towards that. Okay. And for the front of the house, we didn't talk about this too much, but I figure I might as well explain. So we get the boxwood hedges, which are kind of framing out the different areas. These are all dwarf boxwood hedges. Groupings of grass. Option to straighten the walkway, which I think would look better because then you'd be able to have your plants linear, which is very similar to a lot of the conceptual designs that you liked. Then hydrangeas that bloom all summer against the house. Again, groups of grasses, groups of long blooming perennials. On the little stick I gave you, the memory stick, it has pictures of everything as far as plants. Okay. You had the water issue in here, so the idea would be to put some green catch basins in the lawn and then, pull that with a pipe all the way to the corner of the property. All right, so we get rid of the water issue there. Now this area would obviously have to be dug up and then put in new sod. That's why I wrote sod in there. Okay, let's see here. In this area, idea was it's a less visible area, so I say let's just leave the rhododendrons around the generator. Let's leave the evergreens on the front side as well. All right, add ligularia, which is a beautiful type of perennial in this area. Okay, and then rework all the trees. So this way, if you remember correctly, we talked about using 2 hornbeam trees also in the front of the house. That will somewhat tie into the back of the house. So one here and one here. Smaller tree here, so when you pull in the driveway, you're not blocking the house. Okay, and this would be a really clean aesthetic look. Perhaps we could talk about maybe we can work out a deal if we do it all at the same time. Perhaps we can defer some of the payment for the front if you don't want to. Take a huge nugget as far as cost now. There is a huge efficiency for us if we can do it at the same time. A few reasons, obviously. There's less management time because we're going in there, we're doing everything at the same time. There's a lot less cost as far as mobilizing equipment, mobilizing tools, mobilizing crews back and forth. But of course, it's ultimately your decision. But we'll talk about perhaps some incentives if you decide you want to do the front at the same time as the back. So that's about it. So I'm going to shoot these 2 videos over to you, and then we'll take it from there. Talk to you soon. Thanks.